Hey everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my pleasure today to introduce you to Renee Williams. How you doing, Renee?
I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing, Teresa. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you're
Great.
here. So I'm just going to do a quick bio about you, Renee, and we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
All right then. So Renee has a business that she'd like to talk about today. It's called Wilson McCasey. It's Wilson McCasey Consultants partnering with Freedom Path. She's a financial educator, funding broker, life insurance agent, and mortgage loan originator. She also offers credit restoration, personal loans, and a host of other financial products. That sounds like an awful lot, Renee. Let's
Yes.
get started. Let's talk about you first. How did you get into this? And then let's talk about your business.
Oh gosh. How did I get into this? Oh gosh, probably a lifetime of struggling with finance. I've been in insurance most of my career, since before I got out of high school. I guess insurance was always my destiny. So most recently, I just got into the life insurance space. So I started out in life insurance and just stumbled upon Freedom Path. I was, of course, on social media, scrolling, just looking to promote my business. And I saw this lady that kept posting something. I'm like, I don't know what this lady does, but I've got to meet her. And I connected with my coach and mentor. Her name is Dr. Michelle W. Kofer. I love her. She's out in Georgia, but she actually introduced me to Freedom Path. And that's how I got into finance. And it's just been an amazing journey. I love to educate people. So I am a financial educator. I love to educate people on finances because it's something that we didn't learn in school. They didn't teach us that. They taught us how to add, subtract, multiply, divide. They taught us how to get a job, how to
Yeah.
make money, how to spend it. There was never a focus on saving. There was never a focus on investing. There was never a focus on business building, entrepreneurship. Those were like specialized things that you would have to get maybe in college. But these are just some things they never taught us about. And so as a result, most people struggle with finances. So I want to change the narrative. I want to flip it and teach people about finance. It's not hard, it's a lucrative career. It's rewarding for me because I get to teach people things that they didn't know. And it may be something simple that maybe they said, oh, I thought I knew that, but I didn't. It's a passion of mine just to educate people about finance and money.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you know what? A lot of people, just like myself, we don't know a lot about financing, but we have an idea. We have to
Yes.
have you, like a consultant, to help us navigate through. I think a lot of people are nervous about looking at the overall picture about their
Mhm.
finances. Would you agree with that, Renee?
Absolutely. Yes. It could be very daunting if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand it. But it's simple in a way, but we've just got to get in there. A lot of us, we don't want to deal with finances. It's like you said, it's very broad, but if you have a basic understanding, then you can just build from there. And that's basically what I did. And I'm still building, I'm still learning. It's broad, but it's so rewarding when some things that you didn't know before that could maybe a simple fix to something that you struggled with before.
Yeah, I agree with that because I think as you had you to your point, we have to look at it, think, okay, there's a solution to this, and we're moving
Yes,
forward. What is the plan? How do I get there? And if you're overwhelmed, that's the very reason there's consultants like yourself in the financial institutions that help us out, correct?
absolutely.
So now
Absolutely.
when you talked about insurance too. So let's break down, or could we stretch out some of
Mhm.
those areas, break it down a little bit for me, what you would do in each of those areas to help out people.
As far as you said, insurance.
Insurance, for financing, all of the above references that you made. Let's stretch it out and break it down so individually in each of those sectors, people can see how you can help them.
Okay. I'm a life insurance agent.
Okay?
Life insurance, um, nobody likes to talk about life insurance. It's pretty daunting, of course. We say in the industry, when people hear life insurance, they automatically think of death. And we
Yes.
don't want people to think of death per se, but it's something that we all have to deal with. And life insurance is what we label income protection. And a lot of us don't think of it that way. So we don't want you to think death, but we want you to think income protection. For instance, if you've got a typical family of four, you've got mom and dad and two kids. And I have a personal story that goes that aligns with this. My brother was a husband and a father. He was married. He had 3 kids. He went to work one day and he never came back home. And
Sorry
this
for
is,
your loss, Renee.
oh, thank you. This is something that's very near and dear to my heart. So even in our presentation, there's a family. So when I see it, it speaks to me so heavily because I dealt with it in my own family. But for instance, what if mom or dad doesn't come back home? What else doesn't come back home with them? Their income. And so if there's income protection in place, meaning if there's some sort of life insurance policy in place, then if dad doesn't come back home, mom's not going to get his income, but she has that protection from that policy. So where she can grieve in peace, the kids can still go to private school. She can still buy groceries. She can still pay those bills without having to stress and say, hey, where am I going to get this money from? How am I going to do this now? What if there is no income protection in place? If there is no policy in place, then dad's income is gone. And then the kids not only lost dad, but they're going to lose mom too, because if mom's working, she's going to have to get another job. She's going to have to work more overtime. She's going to have to pick up more hours. She's going to have to do some things that maybe she didn't have to do when dad was there. It's going to be more stress on the family. It's going to be more stress on her. She may be a bit more anxious. She may be a bit more stressed. So then it's going to affect the kids. So it's a trickle down effect. But one single choice could eliminate all that stress. Just get income protection, get a life insurance policy. Even if you can't afford a certain amount, maybe the amount that you want, you can always add to it. You can always increase it.
I th
So,
you're absolutely 100% correct. I think here's a thought, Renee, just for the
mhm.
viewers here. I w was married. I did lose my husband, and it was devastating.
Wow,
What
sorry
I
for your
think
loss.
I found difficult, we both did. Again, we bring it back to death. Was while
Mhm,
we were married and we loved each other very much. It was the
mhm,
thought. Here's, I think, the block. And this is a
mhm,
general statement, but it certainly happened in my marriage. We loved each other tremendously. Absolutely.
mhm,
However, it was hard for me to say, honey, let's sit down and talk about what if something happens to you or what if something happens to me. I
mhm.
think I felt uncomfortable saying, because you don't want someone to think, gee, I hope this happened, because that's not it. It's quite the opposite. I
Right,
was hoping nothing
right.
happened to him. But it's difficult to start the conversation. And I think,
Yes,
Renee, we need a little more counseling in life, a little more education on how to have that conversation. Would that make sense
yes,
to you?
yes, yes.
I wish
So,
someone had with us, because you don't want, like you said, take out a life insurance policy. Okay, how do I approach my spouse and say, oh, by the
yes.
way, I'm going to take out a life insurance policy and your name's going to be on it? It's a
Mhm,
difficult moment, and it's not, we need to address for
mhm.
people how to talk in a positive way, in a loving way, and not feel like you're vulturous. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because you definitely don't want your spouse looking at you like, are you trying to
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
eliminated here? Are you trying to erase me here? The way
No,
I look at it is, especially if you have children, or
exactly.
even if you don't have children, find something, some commonality. I know it's your spouse, but something that maybe you can start the conversation with and move into it. For instance, for maybe a younger family, or a family that has children, you may want to start the conversation by, honey, have you ever thought about where the kids would go, or who would keep the kids if something happens to us? This is the exact conversation I remember my brother and his spouse had. We talked about it, and they had the conversation. If anything happens to us, who's going to keep the kids, your mom or my mom? And it was comical, but they started the conversation. And I remember, because my brother and I laughed about it, and he was like, his wife said, oh, your mom, because my mom's not responsible enough. And she was serious, but it was in a joking way, but she was serious. So that's how they started the conversation. Thankfully, when my brother passed, they had everything in place. So find some commonality, something that you can, somewhere that you're comfortable starting the conversation with your spouse without saying, honey, I think we need to get life insurance, because they're going to look at you, okay, what's going on? Are you in
Exactly.
You have some bills you need to pay and you want to stuff me out. Do you have a hitman behind me or something like that? It's nothing like that, but you want to make
No.
sure that things are in order.
And we
Um,
are watching a lot of shows to do with that, aren't we? We're watching way too many shows that
yes,
have to do with that. And I
like
think in the back of
they're
your mind,
giving us the blueprint on how to murder someone. I hate to
right?
say it like that. Yes, those crime shows, it's that's all they're about. And it's really disheartening if it's always another way, a better way around something. Come on, guys. It's,
Exactly. It affects
without
you
having
though,
to do
watching
something
those things. It
illegal.
does.
Yes,
So
it's
let's
always a
move on to another category of where you can help people financially, Renee.
mhm.
Where else can you help them?
Funding.
Funding?
So
Okay, let's
I
go there.
just got into the funding space. I'm a funding broker.
Okay.
And this is something that's absolutely near and dear to my heart because we realize that a lot of businesses are still struggling after COVID, especially ministries. Even in my own church, we have not returned to midweek service. We would have midweek service in person on Wednesdays, and of course, our regular Sunday services. Now, we've been back in Sunday services since 2021, but we have not returned to Wednesdays yet. That doesn't negate the bills that still come in. There's still there are bills in ministry. Even with businesses, they still have to operate. They're still owners. They depend on these monies to take care of their families. So we realize that a lot of businesses are still struggling post COVID. Even if it's not COVID related, you may be a business owner who needs just some working capital. Maybe you had a bad month. Maybe you were sick and you had to close down for a week or so. That could affect someone's income drastically. So we offer business funding to those business owners who may need working capital. Maybe your business is going great and you say, "Hey, I want to branch out and open another location." We'll get you funding for that. Maybe you're an aspiring entrepreneur. You say, "I just got an idea in my head. I don't know where to get started."
Yeah.
We will help you get started from A to Z. We show you how to structure it, how to set it up, how to get your duns, how to get your LLC, or whatever that you need. We'll teach you how to build it out. And after all of that is done, we guarantee $50,000 in funding. And we have something that's called a business credit academy. So, for instance, say you're a business owner already, you need funding, but maybe your credit score is not where it should be to get you the best rates, the best terms. In some instances, you may have a lower credit score. You can still get funding, but you want to maximize that. So, you want to get your credit score to a level where you're what we call bankable, so that you can go anywhere and get funding. You can get the best rates, the best terms. So we have something called the Business Credit Academy. We would put you into that program. It's a self-paced course. It normally takes about 4 to 6 months to complete, depending on how fast or how slow the person navigates through it. And again, teaches you everything about business from A to Z. Once you finish the course, that's where the guaranteed funding comes in. Because you finished the course, they know you've been through it. And so the funding is guaranteed $50,000. After you finish the program, of course, then you're bankable because we've gotten you to the point where your credit score may be at 800. You can go anywhere and get funding. And then that's when you tap into more funding, better rates, better terms. And we have lenders or investors that loan up to $100 million. So this is a big deal. And I love presenting it to business owners because I'm a business owner myself, and I don't like to see people struggle.
Is there a level that the business must be at in order to take that program?
There is not.
So
There is not.
anyone can take it.
Anyone can take it. Again, you can be an entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur. You don't have to have a business yet. We'll
Do you
teach
have
you
to
how
have a
to,
business plan to bring that to you, Renee?
you don't have to have a business plan. Again, you can just have an idea. We'll teach you how to scale it, how to build it out.
Is this all online?
It is online. It is online.
Good.
Yes.
So all of those things matter. And I'm thinking you mentioned if we could circle back to the
Mhm.
credit checks and credit amount that you need to do it.
Mhm.
So let's say someone, I'm just off the top of my head, just saying, let's say they have a business, they run into a bit of financial difficulty, perhaps no fault of their own, but they run
Mhm.
into difficulty. They can come to you. You help them with they go through the course, then their credit rating changes throughout the course? Is that the idea? And then at the end? That's very
Yes,
interesting. I've never heard of that before. So I've learned
yes,
something today. So you help them get through the course, and then the bank says, oh, this person is knowledgeable because they've taken an accredited course, up
yes,
their credit rating. So now they're able to go and apply for the loans that they're looking for.
yes,
That's
absolutely,
fantastic.
yes.
I've never
And
heard of that before. That's
yeah,
wonderful.
that's why I love it. It's amazing.
Now
That's
you're
why
in,
I'm so excited.
where are you located? Are you in United States?
Yes, I am in the state of Louisiana, but we work with people all over the country.
Okay, because I'm in Canada, so only the country. I just want to clarify.
I think there's a market in Canada as well. I think we have a market in Canada as well.
Sure. Oh, that's
Um,
great. Good to know.
I'm about 98% sure on that, but let me check with it so I can be 100%, but I'm pretty sure we have a market in Canada as
Oh,
well.
certainly. I just wondered, and I know you're American.
Yeah.
You have a lot of American business. I understand that, but and
Mhm.
I'm talking to you from Canada. Just wonder, just for the audience, just in case there's someone in Canada, that I wonder if they do here in Canada as well. But Renee, I understand that you're in the United States. I respect that.
Mhm.
I also wanted to get, so as we talk about the financial side of it again, so a business owner, in my opinion, before they even start, they really should, one, have a plan and perhaps come to a counselor like yourself and just lay it all out and just say, okay, before I even start, where should I be? Because I think that would probably help all the bumps and bruises along the way.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. And that's why I mentioned they could be an aspiring entrepreneur who has an idea because
Sure.
we don't want people, I think it's 3 out of 5 businesses that start, they dissolve within 3 to 5 years or something like that. It's a lot of businesses. It's a huge percentage of businesses that get started. And a lot of these people have put their blood, sweat, and tears into these businesses. It's their passion. Maybe it's something that they love to do. Maybe they've been cooking all their lives and they finally get that chance to open that small business or to get that food truck off the ground. And they put all of their savings into it. They pull out their 401k or whatever, and then it fails. We don't want to see that.
Yeah,
And so I
exactly.
often post about if you're a business owner and you're funding your business out of pocket, stop, don't do that. We have got resources to help you so that even if it fails, you haven't put your all into it and then you've lost your money and then maybe your kids college funds are gone or something of that nature. So we don't want people trying to finance their own businesses. We've got people out there who will help you to fund. And then the program is so good because they're teaching you about business as you're going through. So it may eliminate some of those failures. Hey, I don't want to run into that. So
Right.
let me get into this course. And they'll pretty much guarantee that I'm going to be successful if I follow the steps. And
Wonderful.
Teresa, some people come in and they're already ready. They're already bankable. I talked to a lady yesterday. Oh, my credit score is like a 650 to 700 or whatever. If you're coming in at a high level already, you're already ready. The only
Yeah.
thing we send them to give them an application. So we'll send them a link. We never see any of anybody's information. So we don't have an opportunity to steal your identity or anything like that. We actually send them a link and they fill it out on their end. It's a really simple 1 page application. We have a group of underwriters that will contact them within 24 to 48 hours. They say, hey, we'll go over the terms with you. We know that you requested 75,000, but we can actually get you 102,000. So they don't have to accept. They say, you know what? I think I really need about 50. Let me just take 50. So whatever terms you want, you accept the terms that you want to accept. But we have some people that are ready right then to go straight into the loan process, and that's okay as well. We love those guys as well.
Perfect. Yeah. And that would have been my next question. What about the opposite side of the scale where someone's already successful? Can you improve on that? I imagine you can, of course, but how do you
Yes.
do that? So that's wonderful, Renee. Well done. Now, I know there was a few other financial parts to this. What else do you do?
Again, the mortgage lending, the
Good.
space I just got into back in August. But again, same thing, just to help people obtain what we call the American dream to be a homeowner.
Right.
Oh my gosh,
I-
rent payments are astronomical right now. It's just ridiculous. I
Renee,
was
it's
telling my
unbelievable.
daughter I was telling my daughter recently, she rents a condo. I was like, if there was no other reason to be a homeowner to keep my mortgage on track, this is one because I will never go back to renting. I cannot see it. The rents are more than my mortgage.
Renee, I would add, so yes, but also they have to come up with a considerable down payment to buy these
Absolutely.
homes. Are you able to help them through that, navigate through getting a down payment, getting the right income that they need, and walk them through that as well?
Yes, we do have down payment assistance programs. We have programs. So we partner with Rocket Mortgage. And this is so I'm going to say this. I have two businesses. So Freedom Path is one. I'm also a Primerica agent. So I'm a
Okay,
mortgage loan originator through Primerica. We partner with Rocket Pro TPO, and they are amazing.
okay.
Some cases, like we have local down payment assistance programs, but in some cases, Rocket offers so much assistance. Our clients don't need to go through the local programs.
Oh,
Rocket
okay.
offers so much assistance that is it's just incredible. So yes, we
Oh,
have assistance programs. We have programs where Rocket has like a grant program that doesn't have to be paid back because a lot of the local assistance programs, I'm not sure how it is in your area, but here we have down payment assistance programs, but they're offered as there are conditions to them. So you have to stay in the house a certain amount of years. If you move out, if you sell, you have to pay that money back. So with Rocket, there are no conditions to anything if the money's just free if you qualify. So you can
oh,
get a grant and that'll help you with your down payment. That'll help you with whatever fees or closing costs you need. And it's just free money. If you qualify, it's free money. You get it.
oh,
So
that's
I
interesting.
love the program.
So
Mhm.
I'm in Canada again, as we say. So for America, you clarify that we do have Primerica here in Canada. I do know
Yes,
that.
yes.
So that's no problem. I don't know how our mortgaging structure works, so I'm not even going to go there.
A bit
However,
different.
thank you for clarifying because perhaps if they go to a company like Primerica, they can help them or their mortgage people here, or perhaps yourself. But as I go back, let's go back to United States. That's very good for the our wonderful American friends to know because then they have access to someone knowledgeable and help them in that market. So that's good.
Mhm.
I agree with you. The rents are extremely high. The cost of living is
Yes.
high. And the young people or retirees trying to get into homes, it's not as easy as it was before. Not to say that it was easy before, but you could at least have habitat that were you could own and you had a relative comfort level that you're able to do that.
Mhm.
So again, a good reason to come to a consultant like yourself and a business like yourself to get that help and that assistance.
Absolutely, absolutely. One thing I can say about the rents, one positive is that on Freedom Path, we do have a product where you can report your rents. So I know that there are a lot of companies doing that now, but rent reporting is a really big thing now. So you can use it as a trade line on your credit. So it may help to boost your score. If you're paying on time, you want to report your rent, hey, why not?
Oh, I see. So you're using that as part of your business, your credit building ability.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yes.
that does that, and I don't know at all, but is it part of your credit rating if you pay rent and then you miss I don't know. I'm
It
just
it
wondering.
works the same as a regular trade line. It works
Does
the
it?
same. Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you want to report it, of course, if you pay on time, it's going to be reported positive. If you miss, it's going to be reported negative, just like anything else delinquent.
That's
So the
what I
key
was.
is to pay on time, if, especially if you want to report it and you want to get positive credit for it. Yeah, make sure you pay on time. But yeah, you can definitely get a boost in your score for reporting your rental payments.
And that would be the whole purpose of recording it, to show that you are paying on time. So I get that.
Absolutely.
I
So
do
when it's
get
time
that.
to purchase at home, you've got that positive line right there showing, hey, this person is really responsible with paying their rent on time.
Yeah.
I think this is a good risk. Let's give her the house. Let's give her the loan. So absolutely.
Right. Oh, wonderful, Renee. That's good to know too. And I always encourage, of course, we want to have everybody doing what they're supposed to do and keep going. But
Mhm.
sometimes people lose their jobs or whatever, things happen. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you're always doing, you have a higher credit score, you're able to get through those things. It's easier in life. I understand that. So
Yeah.
as I come back to you, Renee, you have your new company. Congratulations. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You
Ooh, where do I
personally.
see myself in 5 years? Ooh, probably an executive director in my company. There are about 10 levels. Right now, I'm about the second level, but I'm building, but definitely building in 5 years, self-sustained by my businesses, of course. On track to do that this year. Not working. I do still work a full-time job, but I am in transition, hopefully soon. So just working my businesses, continuing to educate people. I love what I do. I have a passion for it. So definitely making a big impact on my community. For instance, I live in a really small community, so I'm just in the process of building and networking with people. Definitely want to impact my community in a positive way. So I just see myself making impact all over this nation, whatever, putting my footprint maybe in every state. My goal is to at least have my footprint in at least 30 states. So I'll say that in 5 years, I'll have my footprint somewhere across this country.
I have no doubt you're going to be there. Honestly, well done,
Thank you.
Renee. You're very clear, very concise, and you answered the questions so well to help everyone. So thank you for that. Now, if somebody wants to reach out, I will have all your information here, but if
Mhm.
somebody wanted to reach out to you right now, what's the best place to reach you?
The best place to reach me is I'm not going to even say there's a best. They can reach me via social media messenger, and that's at Renee Will, RENEWIL, Facebook, or email. They could email Wilson McCasey Consultants at gmail.com. Email.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
it's
Because we want them to
Wilson.
be able to get a hold of you as soon as
Yeah.
they're
At
able,
Gmail.
right?
And
Now,
they can always call me. Now I'll give out my number. I don't mind. Text, not so much, but if they call and if it's a real live person on the other line, I will definitely talk to them. I have gotten duped with the text, so I don't text back numbers I don't know. But
okay,
if I'll give a code word if someone were to, I don't know, maybe text credit. But
sure.
still, I'm leery of answering text messages, but I will answer a call. It doesn't matter. Out of the state, out of country, doesn't matter. I will answer a call if it's a live person and they really are interested in the business. I will answer and speak with them, and we can form something, a relationship from there, and then we can communicate back and forth. I'm definitely okay with that. So I'll give out my number. I don't mind that as
Perfect.
well. And so
Okay.
my number, it's 225-636 3600. So 225-636-3600 is my number. They can definitely call me and we can set up something that way. They can email again, Wilson McCasey Consultants at gmail.com. And it's WILSAN Consultants at gmail.com. And of course, Facebook at Renee Will. Instagram as well. It's ER_ICKA152 on Instagram. Again, that's ER_ICKA152 on Instagram.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Renee. I appreciate that. I
Welcome.
truly appreciated your coming on today. I have one more question for you. Would you come back and see us again on another episode?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This was amazing. Amazing. I did want to put a little bit more information out there if you don't mind
Of course.
right now. And so I'm really extremely excited. Freedom Path has just launched an amazing incentive program. And so we often talk to people who say, I would love to start my own business, but again, I don't know where to start, or I don't have the funding to start because there's a saying, you need money to make money. We wanted to refute that. You don't need money to make money. So they have launched a program where if you want to start your own funding brokerage, you can do so for $1. It's called the
Wow.
14-day challenge. And the goal is to get people on board, get people excited about finance, to learn this business, and to know that it's definitely doable. So you could come in and you can build a business for $1. It's called the 14-day challenge. So you have 14 days to make money. We'll show you how to make money. So we've launched the program. We call it the L3 method. So the three L's: you're going to build a list, you're going to launch your business, and then you're going to learn. We have something called Broker U or Broker University, where you can actually get certified to be a funding broker. You get a certificate and everything. But if
Wow.
you come in, we'll teach you how to build the business, how to work it, and how to make money. And at the end of the 14 days, we don't see anyone saying, "Oh, it's not for me," because you're going to make money. If you make anything above $1, why would you not stay in?
Oh,
But
absolutely.
what I love about this program, Freedom Path, is everything that we do has a point attached to it. It's all based on points. So every 20 points, it's 25 equals $2,500. So if you come in and you get a loan funded, that's 6 points. So you're already at 6 points. Even something as little as 3 points will pay you $100. So everything has points attached to it. So if you come in and you earn 20 points, you've earned $2,500. So at the end of your 14 days, why would you not move forward? Why would you give up 2,500 because you didn't want to pay maybe 129 to get started or 289 to get the bundle to get
Right,
started? If you've
right.
earned 2,500, it just makes perfect sense. So if anyone wants to just try it, basically it's no risk, a dollar.
That's
Even at the end of the trial, if you say, "Hey, it's not for me," we're gonna refund your dollar back, I guarantee you. So I love it because it's no risk. So for someone who says, "Hey, I'll try that," and it's in response to what's going on right now, of course, in the States, you guys have probably heard if you watch the news, CNN, MSNBC, or whatever, the government is slashing jobs. It's just a reality. The US government is the second largest employer in the States. So people are losing their jobs, they're losing their income, their livelihood. So we want to offer something tangible that can be their own. Maybe you've been working and you don't have a job right now where you can start your own business. You can work for yourself, work for your last name. So we're offering this platform pretty much no risk for free to anyone who may be interested. You can call me. We can get you started today. We can get you launched and get you to making, money. If someone's lost their job and they don't know where their next meal is coming from, this is definitely a platform they may want to check out.
Renee, thank you for that. That's incredible. What a nice package for your company to be doing. That's wonderful. Honestly,
Absolutely.
and you know what? Even if someone is employed and is thinking about doing their own business, what a great way to get started. That's excellent.
Basically risk free, risk free.
Absolutely. Well done. Thank you so much for that information as well.
Amazing information. There are just so many opportunities out here. I am so glad I got partnered with both of these companies because, again, the same with Primerica. They offer for someone, life insurance is a really lucrative field. We don't like to talk about it, but it's lucrative. And on average, you can add about an extra $69,000, $70,000 to your income. So again, as you said, if somebody is working and they wanted some extra income, we have people that come on board and say, "Hey, my husband said I'm just spending up so much of his money. I need to do something else."
Yeah.
So they come in and say, "I just want to make an extra $500 a month." They end up making it a career or just building a big business because it's lucrative. But Primerica, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, they pay for our insurance license. That's a free license you're getting that you can take anywhere and use it. So we're always accepting new partners for that as well. They pay for your insurance license. They pay for mine. They pay for your securities license. They pay for your mortgage originator's license. They pay for mine. So anybody who is looking to do something different, maybe to build their own business, to just start something different, to make some extra income, this is it, guys. I'm telling you, this is it. So contact me if you want to get started. We can get you started today. It's an amazing, two amazing platforms, no risk. So why wouldn't you?
Thank you, Renee. Oh my goodness, so much information today. That was fantastic. I really truly appreciate everything that you've done. I appreciate you, Renee. That's very good.
I
Now,
appreciate you.
absolutely. So I'm going to have you back because I'm thinking, oh, we have so much more we can talk about, Renee, and so many questions. So I'm going to make sure everybody can reach out to you, and I'm going to make sure before you come back that everybody knows you're coming back, and then if they have any more questions, they can actually ask us there. Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to come back and talk about credit, like the steps for building and maintaining good credit, because we can help you to get there, but we want you to maintain it. So I would love to talk about that at some point. But yeah,
Thank you,
it was
Renee.
amazing. Thank you so much for the opportunity, for the invite. I'm glad we finally got a chance to connect. It was amazing. So thank
Oh,
you
I'm
again.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did too. You're a lovely lady. You're very kind and you're very knowledgeable, and that's the most important today. So thank you
Thank you.
again, Renee, and to everyone else. This is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. I hope you're having a great day. Please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Bye bye now.